We've got real good views of the block strewn fields. There's one that there seem to be two dominant colorations of the rocks. The light-colored ones, very light tan to white, and then there are the blue-gray rocks. There's one major outcrop of blue-gray about 1/6 of the way down the slope, the center of the field of view we have, and it looks very much like similar blue-gray rocks right at the crest, the highest point from our vantage point. Bob, you want another sample in the dark mantle here?
Yeah, we want, as soon as you get into the dark mantle, and we're estimating at something like 4.3 or 4.5, somewhere in that vicinity.
We're there.
Okay, we're ready for
there.
another one then.
Now let's, if you can, okay, right over there, and maybe I can get a rock with it. See that batch of rocks there? Right here? Whoa, yeah. Swing it there. Whoa, now swing back over. Little more, little more. Whoa, little more. Can you reach it? Now, if you go forward. Can you reach it? Hold it. Right there. Okay, Bob, 082, 5.0, and 4.3.
Copy that.
And CDR is 3.85 and about 70% and no flags.
Okay, thank you, General.
I got it. You got it? Okay. I got the rock. I got the rock, and there's some dirt in there. Maybe I better get a little more dirt. Yeah. You don't have any trouble getting dirt. Can you see in there? Is it a fair amount of much soil? No, a little bit. Okay, I'll get this soil. A couple teaspoonfuls. 28 echo, Bob.
Say again there, 17.
28 echo.
Copy that.
And that's primarily a rock fragment. Jack's getting a soil sample with it.
Copy.
Jack, look at the wrinkles over there on the north massif. Yeah, there's no question that there's apparent lineations all over these massifs in a variety of directions. Hey, look at how that scarp goes up the side there. There's a distinct change in texture. Okay. As a matter of fact, lineations are not present on the scarp that we can see where it crosses the North Massif. There is no sign of those lineations on there. Oh, man, yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Look over by Hanover. It looks like the scarp overlays the North Massif, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, this last one was 29 echo.
Okay, copy that, and that's the soil.
Okay, now I need that, get in that bag. That's firm. Here's another one. You're gonna, don't lose those. I won't, I'll pull it down. Okay, Bob, we are rolling.
Copy that.
And pray for me, Bob, that I don't lose my camera. Okay, Hanover is quite a ways up the slope. I don't think we would have gotten to it as we planned that time. But the appearance you have, the scarp, North Massif contact is one of the scarp being smoother textured, less cratered, and certainly less lineated. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it's, as Gene says, younger.
Okay, Jack.
But that goes, it's not just the slope, it's the materials on the other side of the scarp, on the west side. Okay, I'm going to have to really ease up on pictures. I forgot to give him a frame count.
Yeah, we didn't get a frame count. Do you want to give him a frame count there, Jack?
Okay. Well, Bob, the problem is every time I take my hand off, my camera loosens up again.
Okay, I copy that. And our estimate is that if you continue to go between 50 and 100 meters between frames, we'll make it.
Boy, I tell you, are those massifs getting to look big now? Holy smoly. That frame at the LRV sample was about 115.
Copy that.
I'll tell you, that scarp looks nice over there too, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, we're back out in our old friend, the Dark Mantle, and I think the zero phase point is not as bright as it was. Passing a small crater, but the block population is still way down there and about, oops, what's that one? About 1%.
Man 17, for your benefit, we're showing you with very good net mobility rates here, and things looking quite good.
Thank you. Gene's doing a great job. I tell you, it takes all your time to drive, though. You look around and you're in a hole. There's another small crater, instant rock with the same little pit, a spattering of glass holding the pit materials together. None of the glass linings look very coherent, Bob. They mainly just seem to be a sprinkling of glass that's helping to or coating the instant rock.
Okay, I copy that, Jack.
We're in contact with America on the 28th revolution.
We still don't have all the craters out at about 10 to 15 meters in diameter seem to have somewhat more blocky material in their rims, but they're not clear cut blocky rim craters. And here's one that's probably 50 meters across that has a fair number of blocks in the bottom. It looks like it might have just about gotten down to where the gabbro starts to be abundant again.
Okay, I copy on that one, Jack.
So it's 12 o'clock, and I'm going to work my way up the hole in the wall from there on up. I think that's good. Take a long, easy turn at it, yeah. Got a hole in the wall, Bob. It's very long, very subtle, very gentle slope. We'll just have to give you more work when we get there.
Okay, we're anxiously awaiting him. How about a range and bearing while you're at it?
12 clicks most of the time. Okay, 0, 2, 5.6, 4.9.
Copy, 4.9 on the range.
And about 20 to 22 amps most of the time.
Okay, we're losing a little bit of low gain there, Gino.
Yeah. I think you need to fill it up a little bit, probably undershooting here. I don't know. Well, our pitch angle changes all the time, that's the problem. Bob, I've been within 10, 20 degrees of you the whole time. Okay, Bob, we're not in light mantle, I don't think. Maybe we are. I think we are, Jack. Yeah, I think we are. I'm in my geology map. I guess we are. I was just going to say the craters were wider than they had been, so we're back in it. And zero phase point's brighter too. I think that place where we had those small blocky craters was in the dark mantle. They're not evident here in the lighter stuff. Yeah. Boy, is that getting big. Whee! Hold on. Whee! Oh boy, that really gives me a strange feeling. Yeah, gives me a strange feeling too. So they're not intentional. I understand. I'm not sure I got enough guts to make them intentional. Man, everything's getting to look big the closer you get. Hole on the wall looks more promising though, Bob. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be any problem. Until we get up and look back. Oh man, what a trip this is going to be. Golly. That min cooling's just about right, isn't it? Yeah, it's just about warm for me. Yeah. Bob, is my bliss cooling working all right?
Raj, it looks like it's working to us.
Okay. Bob, not the rock fragments still look like Gabbro. The craters tend to have white walls and white rims, which they don't have in the dark mantle area. The block population is way down, 1% or less. However, the bigger craters do have more blocks, but nowhere does that population seem to get above about 5%. And that's on the walls and the rims of the craters, say, bigger than 15 meters. There's one probably 20 meters in diameter that has some blocks on it. You seen Nemo? I think Nemo's right over there, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Nemo will be hard to see, but yeah, it's probably that one right in there. Or back here. There's one back here. Well, it's pretty, yeah, well, yeah, that's close to the scarp. It's probably right off your wing there. Okay, I'm going straight ahead, and then I'm going to make a left turn. Okay, we're looking at Laura. Now, Laura, I can see blocks in the northwest rim of Laura. At least it's rugged terrain, and it looks like blocky terrain. One spot. That's all I see. It looks like it may be a couple hundred meters in average diameter. It starts about maybe 3/4 of the way up the wall and goes right up to the rim. Hey, Bob, hole in the wall seems to be a... look at that. Wow. Look at that crater. Right there? Yeah. That pit, that central pit, goes down about half the depth of the crater, and the crater is a fresh 3-meter crater. That's it. It almost was a cylindrical pit. Hey, Bob, hole in the wall is it's just a step headed down to the south or southeast on the scarp. It's scarp is just about what I think we all expected it to be. It's very rolling and relatively smooth. I don't really see any outcrop exposed on anywhere out here to the south. No. You see, now there's Station 3 area right up there. Yep. Looks like maybe that see that the bigger crater over there to the right of Laura? That probably is a good place for Station 3. Yeah, way over there. Yeah. Okay, we're going to find out something very shortly. That doesn't look very rocky, Gene. No.
How about bearing and range, guys?
Bob, I'll give it to you as soon as I make my turn. It's not too far, 100 meters. Are you going to turn over that or go on closer to the I'm going right up straight ahead and then go on the inside that slope. It's more than 100 meters. Yeah. 081 and 5.6.
Copy that.
There's now the craters are getting very, very light colored. Their rims and walls. You notice when we're in the light mantle looking at the scarp at this angle, it loses some of its high albedo? Yeah. Yeah. I think we're getting, we got a long depression. Your eyes get used to it. Okay, Jack, we got to watch this because I got to go along a long depression. That's a crater over there. On the right, yeah. I don't know how I can get over there. Well, I think I may have to go up over there. I can't go down that hole. That was not going to make it. What's your pitch? Let's go back here. We can't get there. I'm going to go over here. What was your pitch then? Hole primarily. I can't go there. Yeah, I think you're right. We'll go up this gentle slope, see what's on top. Okay, let me get my... All right.
In lunar orbit, Ron Evans is right on the flight plan.
We made a turn to the south a little bit at 081 and 5.7. Are you going to try to drive up there? I don't think we got any choice. Okay. It looks to me like right on just to the left of that, yep, white crater is or even right like you're headed now, and then bear up to the right. Find out how this thing climbs in a minute. Oh, I think you're right. Okay, Bob, I'm starting up the scarp at 081, 6.6, and 5.7.
Okay, copy that, Gino.
The first tongue of the scarp. I don't even think the rover knows it's going uphill. I've got about 37 or 8 amps. See what's on top here. You're making about 8 clicks, and I'm full bore. Well, I tell you, this rover doesn't know it's going up a hill. Looks to me like you may be able to head just like you're going. Yeah. Hey, Bob, we'll make it and get down. Yeah, we will make it. Get my antenna adjusted. Okay, whatever makes up the light mantle is in, at least the instant rock that it forms is much lighter than anything we see. Those fragments probably are 30% lighter than any fragments we see out in the dark mantle. And that's around the fresh craters. But it is not blocky. Bob, are you still reading?
Roger, read you loud and clear.
Okay, I just want to make sure my antenna's working.
Roger.
We're doing a little zigzag navigation. I'm literally came up a slope at about a heading of 240. We couldn't get through the actual turn to the south because there's a big crater right at the foot of it. So we're just making our way through some relatively local undulating slopes that get pretty steep, but there seems to be no problem. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. Bob, there are not any blocks big enough to really make a statement about what the rock is, but it really doesn't look like gabbro anymore.
Okay, copy that. And reminder that eventually you're going to turn to the south a little bit to pick up the final thing at the Station 2.
But we're not on top of that scarp yet. We're still in the hole-in-the-wall ramp.
Okay, copy that.
Bob, as far as lineations in the soil or on the surface that are observable at this range, I don't see any. I think there may be a finer raindrop pattern on the light mantle than maybe there was out on the dark, but that's awfully hard judgment to make.
Okay, copy that.
How you doing, Gino? Doing fine, Bob. We slowed down between about 5 to 8, maybe 5 to 10 clicks most of the time. I'm going to head right up there, I think. Get around this crater. Pretty healthy roll you're going to have here. Yeah, I'm going to head more straight up the hill. Once I get up on top, I'll be all right. I'm going to head down in this hole and then up that way. Yeah, I'm in good. I don't mind pitch, but I sure don't like roll. I don't either. I'm going to head straight up. I'm going to head straight up that slope right there. Okay?
Ron Evans performing infrared, ultraviolet, laser altimeter experiments.
It looks like maybe the large fragments in here are still crystalline. They have white zap pits on them, but they do not yet really resemble the gabbros.
Okay, Jack, copy that. Give us a hack when you get up on top of the scarp there.
Okay. Let me tell you, Bob, I've got to go cross slope some of the time because the rover's really working to go uphill now.
Alrighty.
But we're almost there. As I look up the scarp to the west, there are some big blocks scattered around on the horizon. But again, I would guess that we're not dealing with more than 2 or 3% total coverage of blocks in here, if that. Well, I think for the most part, we're on top. Yeah, we're on top. Bob, we're at 7.8, or correction, 078, 7.2, and 6.2.
Copy that.
Jack, where was Nancy with respect to those tracks up there? Well, they never really had any good tracks pinned down, I don't think, on it. You'll be able to see Nancy, I think, as soon as you get over this hill. Well, I tell you, when we look back, that's going to be quite a sight if we can see into that sun. We have been coming uphill. Well, I'd say this is the last straw to the top. And is she working? Come on, baby. Okay, I think you better, I'm going to try and get over along the base of the massif now. Yeah, head towards that track area there anyway. There are a lot of boulder tracks coming down from the blue-gray rocks, Bob. We'll see whether or not we're going to get to those tracks at Nansen. We might want to move over to the track and see if we can find the boulder that made them.
Okay, if they're in the vicinity, that might be a nice idea.
Where those tracks come from.
And we gather you're slowing down to about 5 clicks now, kind of with this last rise.
Yeah, I'm back up to about 7 to 10 now, Bob. That's the slowdown is because that's about all it'll take. Bob, I have the impression that there is a dipping zone of blue-gray outcrops or block concentrations up there on a massif that trends from the high point just beneath the earth, cross slope, and probably is, at least apparent dip is, I don't know, 10 or 15 degrees to the east. It looks like those outcrops may match up along that trend.
Okay.
Yeah, coming head right along this ridge, because I think that's the depression we're talking about. Yeah, that's Nansen down there. Right? Where are you looking? Right there? I think right below. I think you're right. I think that's it. Let me get over here, and then I'll head a little bit to the south. Yeah, we're a little more west, I think, than we intended. I think you're right. Bob, 7.8 and 6.5. Bob, I've had an impression, and I can't prove it yet, that we're dealing with more heterogeneous rock. Possibly they're breccias in here, but it's awfully hard to tell right now. They're very light-colored rocks. I think even lighter colored than the gabbros.
Okay, we'll soon find out.
I'm afraid those, I think we can follow those tracks, the pictures maybe, or... Yeah, I think we can see some of those coming down. I think the ones from the big outcrop of blue-gray rock, though, are the ones going into Nansen. Bob, my best guess, let's see, 077, 7.7, 6.6, is that we're coming up on the northern side of Nansen.
Okay, we copy that, Jim.
And let me tell you, this is quite a rover ride.
It sure sounds like it.
But it's quite a machine, I'll tell you. I think it'd do a lot more than we'd let it. That's right. I think that big crater up there on the side is the one that you could see in the photographs just above Station 2. Yeah, I think if I come up here to a hard left turn, you unbuckle your belt, you'll roll right down in the bottom of Nansen. I'm afraid you're right.
Okay, and remember we're going to about 068 and about 7.4 will be Station 2. At least that's our estimate.
Bob, okay, there's Nansen over there, huh? Well, I think so. Yep, I think you're right. It's got to be it. Got to be it. Yeah, Bob, I think we're into a breccia population now. I think the blocks in the light mantle are largely breccias. They're modeled in their characteristics. They The white zaps do not seem to be nearly as apparent. They tend to be chalky when they get hit. At least in the large craters, the walls are chalky looking. Oh yeah, we got boulders in Station 2. Yep, they're there. Yes, sir. Boy, I tell you, if I hang on to this camera until you stop and tighten it up, it'll be a miracle. Bob, how long we been driving?
Stand by, and we estimate you got about 1.5 kilometers to go, a little over 1 kilometer anyway. Stand by, we'll check on the time, but you're doing
now,
great.
How long have...
We're 2 hours into the EVA.
Man, this has been a trip. Man, I tell you, you know, we're really up on top of this thing.
You guys been driving 64 minutes, and that counts the time to stop and deploy the charge and pick up the rover samples.
Hey, Bob, we are very clearly going downhill now into the trough area that surrounds the Massif, or between the mantle and the Massif. But the trough is much greater in extent than just Nansen scale. It's probably 1 kilometer wide. I never realized that it was so much of a depression in here.
Okay, how about a range?
I'm not sure we'll be able to see the limb. 0748.2, 6.9. Oh, we won't be able to see the limb from down here. We'll be too low to see it. In fact, I don't think I can see that far. The surface patterns are still the same, Bob. The main difference being that we're getting probably a gradual increase in block population, and the blocks seem to be of a different character. They may be breccias.
Okay, copy that.
And around the crater here that's maybe 75 meters in diameter, there's probably 5% blocks. Fragments, I should say, greater than a centimeter. Boy, look at all the dust without that fender. I hate to think of what it'd be like with that fender gone. Yeah. There's a good-sized block, sort of blue-gray. Now, looking up there, Jack, I got to get some 500s looking right up that hill, but... well, you may want to do that out of way away. It's, some of that stuff is mantled, buried in the Massif material. Some of it just seems to be laying on it, of course. Yeah, well, I think it has to do with how long it's been there. You'll tend to get the downslope movement forming uphill fillets, and that's what a lot of it looks like. Most of it is uphill fillets. Most of it's pretty sharp. But my guess from back at the LEM that those blocks on a Massif were much more angular, I think is a good guess, because that's what they look like to me here. And looking up at our blue-gray outcrop area, I still have even more the impression that there's a planar orientation that dips off to the southeast. May be just fracturing, but pretty clear up there, I think. It may be shadows. The LEM is now 50% away from the Massif. Let's see, 50% of the Massif height away from the Massif. How's that? I think we'll keep it on top. That is a high mountain. Oh, gee, Merry Christmas. Listen, if the Earth goes behind it, we're changing Station 2. Gonna be nip and tuck, pardon the expression. Okay, as we get closer, actually, we're out of the blocky area. And that blocky region of 5% may have been just associated with that crater. I still see no lineations, although, look at these wrinkles, though, Jack. I mean, I was talking about the mantle, but you're right about on the Massif. The same wrinkled lineations we saw trending, sloping uphill to the west on the eastern half of the Massif are still very evident at this sun angle.
Okay, 17, and we're estimating that you should be there within about 5 minutes to meet the walk-back constraints.
Well, we're almost ready to park.
Okay, beautiful.
Well, I wouldn't have gone so far as to say that. Well, we're getting close. I'll give them their 5 minutes. We'll make it by then. Bob, the boulder tracks are really just chains of small craters for the most part.
Okay, copy that. That's interesting.
I don't think they can tilt that television. I don't think they can tilt the television camera high enough to see the top of the massif. Jack, we're on the edge here, but I don't know if is that. Now let me go up here. No, you're doing great. For 071, 8.9, and 7.4. See, there's Nansen off to my right now. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not driving down a hole here, which I am, but I don't want to drive down Nansen. No, you won't. The saddle, the end of Nansen's over there near those blocks. Right over there. Look at those blocks. Unfortunately, the good boulder tracks are over into Nansen. Going on here very slowly. I think station just about anywhere near the big blocks. Yep, that's where I'm going to put station 2. That's where I'm going to put it. We could try to see. Yep, that's where we're going to make station 2, right up here. Which straight ahead? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Boy, you're looking right into Nansen. Yeah. We're right where we wanted to be for station 2, and looks like a great place. Big blocks. It looks like quite a bit of variety from here. Different colors anyway. Grays and lighter colored tans. Okay, Jack, I'm going to do a 180 and park the rover at 045. Those are two good, there's a blue-gray rock and a lighter colored tan rock. See where they can look in here.
We'll have television shortly after they park. Station 2 is right at the base of the South Massif.
All right. Bob, you ought to have us again. Now, it is 9.1, 7.6. Are you reading, by the way?
Roger, read you loud and clear.
Okay. Let me get undone here. Amp hours are 98. Batteries are 90 and 112. And motor forward left is off scale low and right is 340. Forward rear is off scale low and right is 240. I expect we got a bad meter.
Okay, copy that on the 340. And you want to give me the bearing one more time there, Gene? All I got was the distance of 9.1 and the heading and the range.
Yes, sir. 0.1, 9.1, 7.6. We are right at station 2. Look at Nansen.
Okay, we copy that. When you're at the station, here's a couple things we'd like you guys to look at in the overhead in addition to them. We'd like the TV lens to be dusted in addition to the regular dusting. That'll take the lens brush, remember.
Can you try to tighten that?
You might check the low gain antenna elevation to make sure it's at 45 degrees. Like we think you commented on that. And I think you're right now looking at tightening Jack's camera handle.
I'll work on that, Gene. You go ahead with the other. Okay. Yeah, we are at 45 degrees, Bob. Let me check it. I'll lose the comm on you a second. I got to turn it towards me. Locked at 045.
And 17, Jack, we'd like you to check the SEP for us. I expect we're going to have to turn it off and open the mirrors and dust them.
Well, when you get this picture...
TV coming in now.
You got high gain.
Roger, thank you. We have TV. Gino, we did not get a good bearing from you guys. We might also check the LMP's camera.
Okay, I'll give it to you again. That's fixed. Oh, you mean for pictures?
Roger.
Okay, LMP. Okay, 071. 071 is the bearing.
Okay, copy that.
142 on 142 on the LMP's camera. The temperature is 105.
Roger, let's turn off the power and the recorder, open the blankets and dust it.
Power's off. Blankets are open. And Gene, you'll have to dust it. I'll get it. I got a lot of dusting to do here, Jack. Okay, let's see what we got to do.
And Jack, I presume when I said that you turned off the receiver, didn't you? Not just the DSCA.
That's firm. I turned off both switches.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Oh, my scoop just came off. That's interesting. I better check the rake. Vibrated loose, I guess. Let me get these battery covers.
Okay, and Jack, we'd like to get an EMU check on you.
Stand by.
And Jack, we'd like to go to India on the magazine for you.
Gene Cernan in the foreground.
Okay, magazine India. Thank goodness we'll never get started. Man, we are down in it. Look at where we came down, Jack.
Jack Schmidt in the picture now.
And that was just one of the hills. Gotta go back up and then down some. Hey, thank you for that fixer on the fender, by the way. Because I'd hate to see what it'd look like without it.
Okay, and John suggests we might just check it momentarily while you're here to make sure it's still holding on good and tight. Both the clamps and the tape.
Yeah, that's on my list. If it stayed on through that ride, it may never come off. Okay. You got a lint brush in there, Jack? Yep. Hold it a minute. I got to get the SEP. You want me to dust the SEP? Is that what you said? Yep. You want the covers open? They should be open and dusted. Okay, the SEP is open. It's about 100 degrees. 105. 105, okay. And it's dusted? Here's your lens brush if you need it. Okay. Thank you. The camera look all right to you? Let me get yours. Lean over here and I'll get yours. Okay, I'll get mine too.
And Jack, we're suggesting that you're getting a little warm. Maybe intermediate might help.
Bob, I feel the same way, but I want to get this camera fixed.
Okay.
I mean the film changed.
Okay.
Can I change your oil?
Thank you, Dino. It looks much better.
How about any other service I can be? Okay. Okay, Houston, the number of blocks plotted on the map are not nearly enough. In the greater than 1 meter range, there are many hundred blocks on the on the Massif flank of Nansen and up around Station 2, where we are. There are only 1 or 2 blocks on the light mantle side of Nansen. It looks as if the material in the bottom of Nansen is overriding the light mantle materials of the north wall. That's just an impression. They're slightly lighter albedo than the north wall of Nansen.
Okay, copy that, Jack. Looks fantastic up there.
And I suggest that we do our raking. That's right, I just told you everything you can see. Fairly close to the rover to get the sort of the general population of talus material coming off the Massif. Bob, on my mark. I've got everything, hammer, Noman, film. Okay. Mark it, you have a gravimeter measurement going.
Roger, copy the mark.
Okay, Bob, the blue-gray rocks are breccias. They're multilithic, gray matrix, breccias, I guess. There are fragments in them, but it doesn't look like more than about 10 or 15% fragments. Some of the light-colored fragments seem to have fine-grained, very fine-grained dark halos around them. The ZAP pits do not have white halos, so I suspect they're not crystalline. They might be vitric or glassy breccias. At least the one big rock we have here.
Copy that.
There's a rough, very rough foliation in them and I'm not sure it's shown by elongate knobs on the surface. It looks like a fracture foliation of some kind. Jack, that rock has almost got to have come down, don't you think? Oh, no question about it. I bet you it's the same as the blue-gray rocks we see up higher. Here's some more blue-gray ones over here. Let's start taking. Oh yeah, look at the size of some of these light fragments in here. Yeah, but it's still. It looks like they're dominantly matrix breccias. There are light-colored fragments, and they may be crystalline. Okay. Yeah, they are. They're very light-colored. They look like the shattered anorthosites. They have white halos. I think that's what those fragments are. Jack, let's get a piece of this one right here. Okay, biggest one here. Set her up. Okay, this is the blue-gray variety, Houston.
Okay, copy on that.
I'm going to take that little knob off up there. Okay, well, you can sample, you can work that block over. Yeah. We can get several examples. We ought to sample across that layering, actually, that foliation. One comment, when you look down in the bottom of Nansen, it looks like I guess which sounds obvious, that some of the debris that has rolled off of the South Massif covers up the original material that covers the north wall of Nansen. There's a distinct difference. You've got that very wrinkled texture in the north slopes of Nansen, and you've got the South Massif debris in the south slopes of Nansen, and the debris, of course, overlays the north slope, and all the rock fragments, all the boulders that have come down are all on the west side of correction, on the south side of the slope of Nansen.
Okay, got
okay,
that.
Houston, I take back what I said about no halos. There are light, not very sharply light, but light halos around that fits in the matrix. The matrix glass is dark. It seems to have a greenish cast, but it's very dark. Oh, look at that blue. Look at the white fragments in there. Let me come and help you there. Hey, there's some boulder rolling rocks here, Jack. Okay, don't wreck the fillets. There's an overhang we got to get into. Okay, 514 is the, okay, I'll take it back. On the fresh surface, these look like fragment breccias, although the fragment size is fairly small. They're dark gray fragments and the light fragments we talked about. The gray ones are very fine-grained and thin, although I see flashes that indicate they may be crystalline. The light-colored fragments are as I described them earlier, I think. 514.
Okay, Jack, if you can get yourself away in the middle of that sometime to give us an EMU readout, we'd appreciate it. We haven't got that ECC yet on the EVA.
Okay, I'm, stand by, Gene. Got a rock to go. That's from up higher. That's a little higher. See that chop? Okay, the first rock was from about 514 was from a meter above the base of the rock. 515 from about a meter and a half. Here, can I get this in here? Can you get some on either side of those two now? Yep. Okay, you're open. I'll leave you open for a minute. Well, okay, just so they don't fall out. Am I in? No, let me get this other one. Okay, go ahead. Let me try for back here. Of course, that's a north-south overhang. Yeah. That one? Yeah, you're facing right into the east, yeah. I don't know if I can get a piece back here or not. How about right where you start? Yeah. Right here? I get that. Yeah, that's good. Oh, beautiful. Hit the Noman. Well, it didn't move. It just tilted it. That's it? Yeah, that's it right there. Let me set my working tool down here. Got a bag? Coming right up. Well, that does. Once you get it on there, you might as well forget it. 494. 494 is from a half a meter above the base of the rock. And these are samples across the layering. These are samples from across the foliation. I missed that, Bob.
Okay, copy that now.
What do you think? Can you get that? Can you get that one up there? Yeah, I might need to get that or this other piece up here without busting my butt. Well, don't take any chance. I'm not going to. How about this one? Here's a whole big piece. Okay, that's a good representative fragment. Can you get it? I can't reach you without my camera here. That's a football-sized fragment. Okay, it's highly variable. This is a light matrix breccia, whereas the other three fragments were dark matrix or dark fragment breccia. The big rock is a light matrix breccia with dark fragments, and it's the one that has the halos around the light fragments, and that's in 495 barely. It's not even in it. It's just 495 is wrapped around it. It's not going to stay. Not going to stay, is it? No. Well, it's a football-sized fragmental rock. I mean, why don't you just stuff it? See if you can stuff it in there with that, with the bag down. Yeah, we'll be able to identify it at 495 when we get back. Okay, it'll stay.
Okay, we copy that.
Well, yeah, it's on its way down.
You guys see any tracks coming down to these boulders? Can you just see if any of these, you can place these that way?
Bob, unfortunately, no. The main tracks are out into Nansen, and I don't think we can get over there.
Okay, that's those biggies that we see on the map, huh?
Visual reason. Yeah. Coming up, I was looking, and there's no obvious tracks coming down here. What's your shadow, Jeff? Yeah, I'll get it. Wait a minute. That Nomen is probably not... Well, that's right. You got stereo earlier. Yeah, I reset it. The Nomen was moved a little between the samples.
Okay, we copy that.
You need to take a vertical pan. Yep, I'm cutting it off. I'm getting it off. You getting a flight line? I'll get a flight line this way. Post-sample flight line. Okay, Bob, I'm on frame count 42.
Copy, 4-2.
Did you get a locator from here, Jeff? Yes. Okay. Okay, I got flight line on the north-south trend. Gene got east-west. Gonna get that sample under there? Yeah, we gotta get the soil. Hey, there may be an overhang. Hey, look at that rock is fragmented. Let's see, but it's east, it's south, east, northwest. There's a split. Yeah, that one right over there is okay. You want to get, hey, did you want to get this? Yeah, I'll get that. Just fill it. You got it? This is a fillet from underneath the rock.
Roger, and an update on the rake samples when you get around to it. We'd like to get one up on the Massif slope as much as you can, if you can get over to it, and then the second one down the other rover.
Okay. Okay, Bob, this fillet is up underneath an overhang. I got it from about... I got to get uphill from you. It's about, that's good. A third of a meter under an overhang. And it's the upper 3 centimeters of soil. And it's back 496. Now let me get one out away from the overhang a little bit.
Okay, you think that's permanent shadow?
And it went away from... No, it's east. It's facing east.
Okay.
Okay, and a sample down to a depth of about 5 centimeters, about 2/3 of a meter from the boulder. The south side is in 497.
Copy that.
Now let me get a skim sample, Gene, okay? I gotta take a set of pictures after that, by the way, show where they are. I can piece them into my flight line stereo. Okay, they were in both of the before pictures on those rocks. Okay, about a centimeter deep skim. Careful. You're in a hole. You better come out. Yeah. Boy, that's hard on the hand, even in 160. Okay. And that was... Okay. You know, I didn't park that rover in a very good spot for them to watch what's going on, I guess. But that was the heading. Oh, shoot. They're missing all
every now and then we get a peek at you guys, but only every now and then.
Okay, sorry, Bob. Oh, wait a minute. You know, that's the way it happens.
Skim sample bag number, please.
Okay, it's back on. Okay, Bob, I missed that. I didn't give it to you, but I think, well, the next bag I take out, you can check the nut. Well, wait a minute. I'll do it for you.
No, it's okay.
I'm almost positive it was 498.
Okay, we'll put that down.
Yeah, I did too. Okay, Bob, looking at the, block directly down sun, there are, the light gray, the gray matrix breccias seem to be fragments or slurring anyway within the, white matrix breccias.
Okay, I copy that.
And I got a couple pictures down sun to show that texture.
Okay, and one thing we'd like to do would be to sample a variety of blocks in terms of looking at differences in the blocks, from block to block.
Right, we're going to do that. We're going after a lighter colored block now. You going up there? Yeah.
Okay, and if you're going up the Massif, why don't we try and get the rake sample up there now when you finish these rocks?
Hey, Jack, don't come up here unless you bring the rake. It's a long trip. No sense coming out twice. I'd go get this sample. I'd get the rake if I were you. Don't walk back up twice. Well, I'm not sure they're going to gain anything by coming up to the top. Okay. You know, if you're not going to gain a thing, Bob,
Stand
you're
by.
still on the Talus. You guys, oh well. The rims of the small craters in the Talus are softer than the normal terrain. My foot goes in maybe.
Okay, as long as it's above the break of the slope, Jack, we don't have to get very far off the slope.
That's right.
And Jack, if you're back at the rover, how about giving us a grav reading when you before you leave?
Because I'm late sampling, that's why, but I'll do it anyway.
Roger.
Okay. 670-155-201. 670-155-201.
Okay, copy that, Jack. Press on.
Okay, Bob, I'm in another boulder up the slope here. It looks quite similar to what we just sampled, except there's a lot of plate fractures on it. Not uniform, not directional, but quite different, at least from that other rock in terms of its fracture pattern. The texture looks to be quite similar. Well, I'm glad I don't have to walk to the top of this thing. Hey, look, Gene, on these rake samples, there's just no point in carrying a rake all the way up here.
Negative, Jack.
Because all I need is a break in the slope.
As long as you're above the break in the slope, that's right.
Well, that's all right. It's being done, but let's watch those kind of calls, please. Yeah, they can't appreciate the toughness going up the slope, though. We can. We got to tell them that. Well, we did.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Don't go above just at the base of the break in the slope, Jack. Don't climb all the way up there with it.
Oh, relax. Okay, we're all set, Bob. No problem. Okay. We want to get away from that big rock because it's probably shitty. Hey, that's a different rock, Gene. Yeah, well, it looks like the same texture, but it's got that flaky fracture pattern all over it. I'm going to get a stereo while I'm at it. Yeah. This ought to cover any samples I take off of that thing. I'll have to give myself a dip of cold water. there's a big fragment of a porphyry caught up in this thing, I think. You get a locator by chance, I haven't done a thing. Okay, well, I want to start taking some, anyway, we gotta get some of that. That's what I want. That's where I'm going right now. And there's a chunk there we can get. That's a big fragment within this crystalline rock. Take a picture of that. Take a picture of that, and then your locator, I'll get it. Go ahead, I got it. Elongated crystals. It's a relatively angular inclusion, it's about a half a meter in size, and it's a square cross section. Well, it's irregular, but generally square cross section. It's in bag 516, and it looks like well, it's a high feldspar rock. It may be an orthocytic gabbro, but it does look like a porphyry. There's a big chunk where I've got, I can't get it out though, it's buried in a rock. A very, half an inch, elongated, I can't see whether they're colorless or not, but they're certainly reflective crystals. See that up here? Right there? Yeah. And then in the big rock, you got massive things like this big fragment here that's 5 inches across. Well, that may be a small point, see? That's a lighter color in general because of a zap or something. Let me get some. Yeah, we need to get some of the host rock here. Okay. We got a piece here. Okay, now you're still sampling the we just got. So we get another one. Okay, the same kind of the contact of that rock looks like it might be finer grain. But it's about the same in 517. That's the contact in the inclusion side of the contact. Keep going, that's the other one. See, I'll get this in your bag. Bob, you can probably see this rock if you look over this way. We're high enough.
Yeah, we saw it, quite a city.
Okay. Let me see if I can't get this one here. There it is. Okay. The host rock for the inclusion, which appears to be also crystalline, but may be a recrystallized rock of some kind. You can't see it too well. Metamorphic. Also looks like it's high plastic grade. High feldspar anyway. That's in bag 518. And that was a loose fragment, fairly loose, but in place fragment along a fracture zone.
Okay,
just a minute, I'm going to try and get the rest of it up there.
Okay, 17, and for your thinking in the next few minutes, you might also factor in the price in the backroom raises about taking 10 minutes out of station 4 and adding it into this station, given the wealth of interest that seems to be occurring here. You might think about that. You haven't been to station 4, so it's a little hard to judge, but if you think 10 minutes can be very profitably spent, you might as well do that.
Okay, Bob, we'll think about it. This is a medium green an orthocytic gabbro, and it looks like it has some pastel green olivine crystals in it. You get it? I can't get any more of it, Jack, up there. I can't reach it. And that small chip of that is in 519. It's the same host rock, much like the previous sample. There's a good sample for you. Okay. And another chunk of the host. Oops, be careful. Yep. It's still there. Yeah, I got it. I need to get rid of this. Okay. That's in there. I haven't closed your bag yet. And we got to get Get one soil sample up the hill here. Oh, we're going to get the rate. We only got a soil sample, though, up here. So we'll get the rate sample right over here on this slope. Where did that thing go, Jack? Right here.
Okay, was that last sample in 518 as well?
That's it right there. No, we haven't put it in yet.
Okay.
Bob, that'll go in 499.
Copy that.
You get it? Okay. Bob, this is a fairly uniform-looking rock. It does have some widely spaced fractures across it. It's clearly crystalline and has crystalline inclusions in it. Here, Jack.
Copy that.
All right, get some soil from around that thing. Both rocks look like they might be in the anorthositic class. Your bag's still open for a week. Of rocks. It's just that one has the appearance of being a finer grain matrix. Looks like a porphyry out in the boulder.
Okay, and a reminder as you photograph it, remember that the photographs in the southwest quadrant there will be the best ones around the corner. On two sides there will be the best ones to show the structure through the whole rock.
Yes, sir. Oh, the southwest, south and west.
Right.
South and west,
Right.
yeah. South and west is shade.
Well,
No, you mean the south and east.
Right at the southwest face, or face is not quite south.
Okay, well, I've got a stereo. I'll just continue my stereo around here. Hey, Jack, you can get way under there, and I know you can get soil. I don't know how long it's been shadowed, but it's been shadowed as long as this rock's been here. Okay, I'll do that. Way out under there. I've got a stereo, this one. I've already got it. Well, I'm getting it from this way, and they like that. Did we kick any dirt in under there? No. I don't think so. We're way down in there. Let me get a couple after pictures. Yeah, we want to get two sides of these rocks. You can see their structure. I got that, see? Okay, I took those. I took that stereo.
Okay, and if I can remind you guys, you got a pan come up here before you leave the high uphill area here. There's no point climbing up here twice, remember?
Yes, sir, Bob. How much time we got here now?
Stand by.
Okay, got your bag?
Okay, we got 12 or 13 minutes left of the stage, and let's you take that extra 10 minutes that we were offering you.
Let's take it, Bob. We gotta get the rake. Let's take it. We'll okay. Let me try again. Okay.
That's the Earth in the picture.
Yes, by any chance? Yeah, I got under an east-west overhang about 20 centimeters, way back. By the way, it goes even farther, but that's about as far as I can reach back to the sample. That's enough, Jack, for me.
Okay, I copy that.
That's exact 500.
At 17, if you want to just take a minute, you might look up in the sky and notice that our camera's taking a beautiful picture of Mother Earth.
Isn't that pretty over there? Can you see the Massif too?
Now we're coming down to look at the Massif. Had a beautiful picture of the Pacific there. Ed finally found it. Yeah, now we see the Massif.
Okay. And Bob, I took an after picture of where Jack just got that soil sample under the rock from, and I'm on 60.
Copy
You
that.
in a moment? Yeah. I'll set up for the rate. Okay, I'll go up here and get a pan, Jack. Okay, you get that pan.
I didn't get that soil bag number, T, or Jack.
We've been here 500.
Copy that.
We're 2 hours and 46 minutes into this EVA.
We're on a pretty good slope, you know. You betcha. And do I know it. Hey, Bob, how long have we been at this station?
about 40 minutes right now. Can you believe it?
All right. Yeah, is there already, Jack?
And we're going to give you that extra 10 minutes out of the 4. Leaves you about 20 minutes. You have to be moving.
Boy, this stand may be looking... Okay. This stand may be looking right smack in the side of the seat. The only way you can get it is to lean back, and I can't lean downhill.
Jack Schmidt taking a rake sample.
Okay, watch out for that crater behind you there, Gino.
I'm standing in the crater so I can get level.
Yeah, we see
I have
that.
some good pictures on Anson anyway, and I look out there and I'm not sure I really believe it all. Bob, my downtime pictures on the rake were taken at F8. I'm sorry.
Okay, copy that though. We'll take it into account.
This isn't an easy. Okay, I gotta get out of my shadow or I can't see what I'm doing. I'll be right down there to bag that rake for you. I gotta get it first. Man, I tell you, can you come downhill in a hurry? Going uphill is a nice job. Bob, I'd say we can meet our walk-back constraints if anyone's interested.
Okay, I think it's all downhill from here.
Well, no sir, not exactly.
You guys see the limb, or you have to like to see the limb?
Walk-back constraints. Oh no, limb is over about 3 rises in the scarp before we can even see it.
Okay, I thought that might have happened.
You're looking now. I'm not even at a level of the last hill we came over.
Okay.
I don't know if you looked up that way.
Roger, we had a feeling for that. I was just checking.
We can meet him, but I wouldn't stretch him.
Okay.
Not many small walnut-sized fragments in here, Bob. Cutting about 7 or 8.
Okay, I copy that.
Gene, you got a bag? Yes, sir, right here. How you doing? My hands are getting tired. Bag 501. No, there aren't a lot, but that'll fill up a bag. This kilogram a sample site too? I'll have to look. I think so. I think they all are, aren't they? Practically.
And this is one that we'd like to get the kilogram of soil from, Jack.
Okay. I'll use my scoop for that. Bag 501.
Copy that, Gene.
Okay, what do we have left here? We want to get a, I got the high pan. See, let me look. They wanted, I don't know how we used up all the time, but we did. Okay, my pans, by the way, I got extensive vertical coverage down in Anson, Bob.
Okay, copy that, Gene. Thank you.
Yeah, the soil's getting to my... I don't know where the hour went that it took to drive here. Maybe time's different in space. Adventures in space and time. We changed 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't know whether that makes us older or not, but... down to about 4 centimeters. Don't get too close to the camera. Okay. Oh, that's a big bag full. You want to put it in mine? It's all right. I can't feel it. You might as well, how's your cooling, okay? Cooling's fine. My hands are tired. Yeah, that's natural. Okay,
and guys, do you see any more different blocks up here that are worth sampling before you go down onto the flats and sample a light mantle?
We haven't had a chance to look around anymore than you've heard.
Okay.
You want a rake and a light mantle here?
We'll want a rake and a light mantle. You might as well get that down by the rover later on. And
Get in after. Get in after, Gene. Gene, get in after. Yeah. Got it.
then you might look around for a couple of documented samples there up on the slopes of the massif before you move down the flatter light mantle areas by the rover. Just do the other sampling.
We will. Okay, Bob, Jack got the befores on the rake and I got the after.
Okay, we have that.
Okay, Bob, here, 2 rocks side by side, meter or 2 in diameter, and one is the anorthositic gabbro, if I can use the term, and the other is that 2-cycle breccia. Oh, that's the way to come downhill. Just don't stub your toe. Man, that's the way to come downhill. Hey, Gene. Yeah. Set up right there. Let's get that big clasp. There's a fracture right in there. I want to get the end. Oh, the clasp. Yeah. Yes, sir. Good eye. Big white clasp in the gray matrix breccia. Good eye. Man, that's a prize. Let me get this over here so I can swing. And I think you can even get it. I get both sides. I'm going to get this big, yeah, I think I can get that. I'm going to try. Oh. I can't believe the trouble I have with f-stops. Okay. Now I want to try and take this piece off first. Pretty hard, isn't it? That boulder's gonna roll. Man, that is hard. There's the same class over there. Well, that class is soft. Can you use your blade in? Now, let me get that little piece anyway to start with. Got it. There's 2 more pieces. Okay. Before we cover them up, let's get them. I gotta get a sample of that mother rock. Okay, there you go. The other one's right there. Okay, now let me see if I can get a sample. I want to try to hit that one more time. I think I got another one coming there. There's another little one. That looks almost like a rhyolite from here. I don't believe it, though. No, I think that's it. Got a bag? Okay, this is a fine-grained but crystalline white glass in the gray breccia. And it's mixed with soil. We had to pick up a little soil. 503. I guess they're all there, aren't they? I think they are. There are 3 class anyway, 3 fragments that we got off ships. Let me get a piece of the rock at the end. And I'm going to take a close-up stereo of that. Okay. Don't get it. Okay. See it? Yeah. See it? You hit me with it. Well, I tried to catch it. Bob, you still there?
Roger, still there, listening with great delight.
Look at the size of the piece that came off there, though, Jack. I got another piece of it up here. And I'd roll that downhill. Okay, the host rock for that inclusion of white material will be in bag, what is it, 501.
it's running in the 90s.
Getting heavy? What, the bag? Yeah, no. Just the scoop. Just make sure they're closed so you don't... I wore my hand out holding that camera together coming out here. We're getting some samples this time. I want to get an answer and I'm going to get a close-up stereo of that. Yeah. Now I'm going to get some pictures around this block too. Okay. There's an after. And now I'm going to get sort of a close-up stereo around it. That'll do it, Bob. While he's doing that, there's a real good example of a pit bottom crater up there, even on this talus slope. I'll try to take a stereo of it.
Okay, Jack, that sounds great. I guess there's always a problem getting the in-place glass if you think that's appropriate at this point. Word along those lines, though, is we'd like to have you move over, moving in 11 minutes, so it's probably not appropriate at this time on that.
Okay, there isn't any glass in this. This crater, you can see it on your TV. It's just bigger. It's bigger than the average crater. And it still has that pit, the pit being about a third of the diameter of the inner diameter of the crater. Third of the rim, make it a fourth of the rim diameter. That's easier.
Copy that.
Jack, can I look at that closely? Look at what? Hold the rake a second. We got to be moving how many minutes, Bob?
We'd like to have you move in 10 minutes, which means allow about the usual 3 or 4 or 5 minutes close out before that time.
Okay, we'll get hustling. Okay, Bob, that light-colored inclusion we sampled looks like a strange, gotcha.
It's the old boulder rolling trick.
How about getting a soil sample under there?
Don't hit the rover.
Get that sample under there, Jack. Under that rock. Okay. Got a bag? Got a bag. The soil from right underneath the rock. Down to about 4 centimeters and 505. And I'll try to skim it here a little too. Get the upper centimeter. Bob, this big white class, I'm not sure there aren't some smaller ones than some of those other big boulders. That's just an intuitive guess. Oh, there are. But we never saw any as obviously big and gross as this one. In fact, this particular boulder I photographed, I had 3 of them other than the one we sampled. And it's 505 and 506 in that order.
Okay, we copy that.
Understood.
And by now, probably the best thing for you guys to
Bob,
do
that
is
rock.
come back to the rover and pick up the rake sample. Go ahead, Jack.
I get it. Okay. That rock, that class, white class, I looked at it, and it has a light pastel green, fairly rounded crystal in a fine-grained, white to light, pinkish tan matrix. And you can figure that one out. Looks like olivine in something.
That sounds like a rainbow.
It might be no, it's not those. The colors aren't that distinct, Bob. I'm just giving you shade.
Okay, Roger.
Hey, Bob, have you panned down in an Anson and seen this rock that's 30 or 40 meters from us? It gives you an idea of the kind of upslope filleting you have on some of those boulders.
Okay, we'll
Pan to your right.
send that over there to look at it.
Yeah, I'll help them. I don't think you got enough time.
Okay, we'd like you guys
Where's
to
your
get going
helmet?
on
We
the
gotta get a
rake
rake
sample,
sample.
light
Okay.
mantle on the rake there.
Okay. I'm gonna have to move out here. Oh, wait, you know. Okay. Coming right there. Right there is what 500's up, well, we'll see what happens.
Okay, as also we're running out, there's no time to get 500 either, unfortunately. We're planning at Station 4, which will be a better perspective distance anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no sense in trying to get them up to Massif. I don't think you'll see anything up there.
Okay.
Gene, you getting your pan? Yeah, I said, where do you want it? Well, right in there where there's some fragments. And you get the, I'll get the before and the locator. Okay, and then I'll get the down. Okay. Sorry, big picture. Yep. Let me tell you, you just got to think an order of magnitude bigger than what you're normally accustomed to thinking. Okay, pan's complete. Okay, let's get the rig sample so we can move on. Bob, I couldn't get those 500s anyway. It'd require me to pitch up too far, and there's no way I could do it.
Okay, no, we're definitely not in favor of that scene at this area.
But I know, I'm just mulling it over, but there really isn't any way I could get them.
Okay.
Boy, I tell you, here, how's your hand? Let me rake that a little bit. Well, it's all right. There just aren't any rocks. Should have brought the scoop and used the old shovel trick. There's a couple. Keep going. They sure aren't they?
Hey, do you have any feeling you have that hard layer underneath there like you did yesterday when you raced at Station 1, Jack?
One under the dome you can get. Devil, I thought a rock turned out to be clods. Yeah, that's what most of them are, is clods. How do you get clouds if it's never been wet? Yeah, you're not getting it. You've had 3 in there ever since the last 4 scoops. Yeah, there just aren't many. 507.
Okay, copy 507, very few.
3 rocks. Yeah, you got about 4 rocks, about 2 inches and smaller. And we get the down sun, which I...
Okay, let's just get the soil and press on. We'd like to move in within 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Okay, you got it? Yep. Okay, let me put this in your bag and we'll get... Forget the soil. Forget the soil? I want this moving in 3 minutes. So let's go. Well...
Now get the soil, guys. Get the soil.
Don't have a comparison.
Don't forget the soil. Get the soil.
Yeah, we want it. I'm sorry, I thought you said skip it. Got your bag? Yep. Maybe a little messy. That's all right. One Scoop Schmidt, they call me. That's good. That's bag 508.
Copy that.
You have to start putting some of these samples in my bag. You're getting a full bag for Christmas here. It's so full we ought to change it. Yep. Let's do that after we get to the next station now. Well, okay. Well, we ought to start moving out of here. Yep, let's go. Let me get one after of the area that we messed up.
Beautiful station, guys. Just simply beautiful. Almost deserves 1,000 codes.
Man, I tell you, Falcon 109. I couldn't help that, Bob. It's just too beautiful. Hey, Jack, you look where we kicked up the stuff. There's some light, well, I can't see it now. I'm looking at it. Occasionally there's a light-colored fragment I think we break into. Yeah, we kick it up. They're light-colored clods. And when I was walking uphill, I really wasn't thinking in them, it's probably more than an inch or two. Why don't you, want to take this for me? Yes, sir. I'll get one out. Well, we can use this one. Yeah, because we want to get rolling.
Okay, 17, a couple of things here while you're getting undone there. Just housekeeping to close out. Change those tags. We'd also like to get the steps turned on, and you might read at the temperature when you turn it on. And other than that, stowing the TV and low gain antenna, and you're on your way. Just taking care of the perimeter already.
What did that reading change much, Bob?
Which one?
Make sure that's locked on there.